A while ago we ran a poll on the channel to decide whether we should get an 11-inch tablet for Termax videos or a mini PC to make it a dedicated Linux machine. The majority voted for the tablet, but I decided why not both. So first up, the mini PC. We got the Dell Micro 3990. This mini PC will hopefully let me play around and explore Linux without having to use a virtual machine or dual booting my laptop. Linux isn't very demanding, so at first I thought about getting an i3 mini PC, but that would have some limitations, so I decided to pick something that is more future-proof. As previously stated, the machine we got is a Dell Micro 3990, and as you can see, this thing is super small. I live at school, so I can't be carrying around a full desktop between home and school, but this thing is tiny. It's just a little bigger than my hand. Specs wise, it's got a 10th gen i7 processor, which is better than my 11th gen i5 Dell Vostro laptop, 8GB of RAM, and a 256GB SSD for storage. I paid about $300 or around $5K for this, and it came with the machine and adapter inside the box. Surprisingly, the display options are kind of limited because it has 2 display ports and no HDMI, which is very odd to me because why not have at least one HDMI and one display port? Also, it didn't come with a display cable, but fortunately I have one lying around. Alright, let's plug this thing in and boot it up. Unsurprisingly, it came pre-installed with Windows 11. I didn't know this because it wasn't mentioned in the listing, but this thing doesn't have a Wi-Fi adapter because the Wi-Fi option here is completely disabled. I'll definitely add a Wi-Fi card and antenna later, but for now, I'll just use hotspot from my phone. Another surprise is it has speakers. Somehow, Dell managed to cram tiny speakers into this small thing. Checking the system information, everything matches the listing. The CPU, the RAM, and the storage are all as stated. Now let's turn it off and see what's on the inside. Opening it is very easy. You just undo one Phillips head screw and remove the top cover. Inside, the first thing you'll notice is this huge fan. Most mini PCs have smaller fans, but this thing has a full i7 processor, so this big fan is necessary to keep it cool. The blue bracket here is for a 2.5-inch drive. That will be very useful because if I ever need more storage, I can just buy a SATA SSD and slot it in. Under the bracket, we have a slot for a network adapter. The NVMe SSD is already installed, but it's only 256GB, so I might need to upgrade that later. Our port selection is as follows. In the front here, we have two 3.5mm jacks and one USB Gen 3 port. At the back, we have gigabit internet, 4 USB Gen 3 ports, a Kensington lock, 2 display ports, and the DC power port. Like we previously stated, our upgrade options include the following: a slot for a 2.5-inch drive, an additional RAM slot under the CPU fan, a Wi-Fi card, and even a port to add HDMI if it is ever required. This mini PC is surprisingly well built. The port selection is decent and the build quality feels great. I was worried about overheating, but I don't think that will be an issue for a few reasons. First, the fan is larger than most mini PCs out there. And second, the system is very open. There are large vents at the back here, and the entire front is basically one giant vent. This should help keep the CPU temperatures down. So in short, I think this was a very good purchase. In the next video, we are going to get rid of Windows and install Linux. So stay tuned for that. Please like the video and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.